Hi, and welcome to my video on why Les Miserables, the movie, is terrible. Okay, let me start off by saying that I love Les Miserables, the show. I'm not a huge fan of musical theatre, but I think Blood Brothers and Les Miserables are the most perfect pieces of theatre you could possibly see on stage. They have absolutely everything. Les Miserables is perfect, okay? It's a perfect production that didn't need changing, okay? So, here you go. Here's my story. I've been told for years and years and years that Les Miserables was worth going to see. My family and my friends raved about it for a long time, and not that I didn't want to go and see it, but I just kept putting it off, and things got busier and busier. And then I found out that the film was coming out, and I saw the trailer for the film, and it looked utterly amazing, and I thought, you know, maybe this is something that I should get into. So I went to go and see the play. I bought tickets to go down to London, to the Queen's Theatre on Shaftesbury Avenue, and a friend of mine and I went to go and see it in December 2012. And it was amazing. The place was packed. I mean, it was very difficult to get tickets for it. It was Christmas time in London, and it was huge. The place was just rammed, and by the end of the performance, everybody was on their feet. Everybody standing ovation, and quite rightly so. The play was fantastic. I had never felt so much emotion after watching something, and I'm a bit of a sucker for sad endings anyway. So, my points about Les Miserables wasn't the fact that it's an all singing, all dancing, all sadness production. My problems with it are not there. My problems with the film are this. If you're going to get someone to direct a film, a musical version of Les Miserables, which is one of the most successful plays of all time, don't get someone whose biggest film was about a guy who can't speak. Okay? The producers of Les Miserables picked a director who's made a film about a guy who can't speak. Think about that, okay? This is why Les Miserables is actually a failure. A lot of people are saying, oh, fans of the musical will love the film. We don't, okay? I know a lot of my friends who have seen Les Miserables love Les Miserables. We all love Les Miserables. We walk around all day singing Les Miserables, and we hate the film. The other problem with the film is the cast. I will put my hand up and agree. Anne Hathaway deserved her Oscar. She deserved her Golden Globe. She was the best thing in that film. I even with all the other stuff going on, when it came to I Dreamed a Dream, I felt like standing up in the cinema and clapping. So, the problems that the cast have are the fact that none of them can sing. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, you know, I liked Eddie Redmayne. No, okay? The 25th anniversary edition of the play and the 10th anniversary edition of the play prove that it's not just about having the biggest and best looking actor, okay? It's about having the right people for the job. Michael Ball and Nick Jonas, as much as I can't stand them, I hate the Jonas Brothers, and don't really care about Michael Ball, they were fantastic as Marius. They actually showed character development. They started playing Marius off as he was some kind of student going la 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 la, wandering around Paris, ooh, I've got to get into political stuff. And then when he does get into the political stuff, by the end of the film, when he's singing Empty Chairs and Empty Tables, his voice has dropped. He has become such an emotionally carrying such emotion on him. All his friends have died, and you actually feel as though he's feeling sad and upset. In the film, Eddie Redmayne looked like he was sad and upset, but he didn't sound like he was sad and upset. He sucked. Okay. Now Hugh Jackman playing Jean Valjean wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. When I first heard the film was going to come out, I had reservations about, you know, whether or not the actors would be, you know, cast well, and my problem with Hugh Jackman is that he could have been better. He decided not to put any emotion in Jean Valjean's role. I don't know why. The Thénardiers, I don't know. I have huge respect for Helena Bonham Carter, who's turned around and said that her own performance, she said her performance as Madame Thénardier, was so underwhelming. I have to agree. Absolutely everything about their performances was terrible. They were the worst bits of the film. The worst parts of the film were the Thénardiers, which is a shame because those are supposed to be the comedy, the comic relief of the production is supposed to be the Thénardiers. They're supposed to be the people who make you go, oh, okay, this isn't, you know, all terror, all, you know, horror. There is some comedy in life as well. However, the inclusion of Sacha Baron Cohen and Helena Bonham Carter, you would have thought that they might have actually, you know, decided to beef up their performances, but they didn't. They were so lackluster, so underwhelming, and a lot of this is what is confusing me. A lot of people online are saying the exact opposite of what I'm saying, but I know for a fact that a lot of my friends and family have gone to see the play, and have gone to see the film, and have said exactly what I've said. Okay. Amanda Seyfried's fine. She didn't have. I didn't have a problem with her. Her character Cosette, whilst being an important character, doesn't actually do anything in the production, so that's fine. She just falls in love with Marius, and that's it. Marius was supposed to be a lot more emotional by the end of the film, but he didn't. All the other boys who at the barricade, including Enjolras, they just did not evoke any emotion. They sounded as though they were on some kind of Andrew Lloyd Webber pop idol, Jesus Christ, Maria, whatever. One of those crap TV shows where they try and make reality TV into musical theatre, and to me it doesn't work. So it looked like they just picked a bunch of those guys out without actually seeing whether or not they could sing well or not, whether or not they could, you know, evoke such emotion. No, they went, okay, so you can sing a bit, alright, then you're in the film, okay? So you haven't even heard Les Mis, right, that doesn't matter, you're in the film. The producers decided to change the script. Why? I mean, my point about Les Mis being a perfect production should say you don't need to change the script, okay? This is the problem. Eponine. Samantha Barks played her in the 25th anniversary edition of the concert, and she was amazing. She's so sexy, she's the sexiest girl in the whole film, and she just performed On My Own and Every Fall of Rain perfectly, and even in the film, she was fantastic. So why did the producers decide to change her death? Spoiler alert, by the way, okay? Her in the play, she was supposed to be the first person to die at the barricade. She was supposed to have died off screen, off stage, whilst delivering a letter for Marius, the man who she loved and he didn't love her back. She was doing something like that for him. And on the way back, she died off stage. Now, when that happened, when I went to see it, I was shocked. When Eponine came back on stage and she had a little bit of red on her, and then all of a sudden her coat opened and you see more and more blood, and then she collapsed on stage. That was shocking. That just evoked so much emotion inside of me. I was overwhelmed by emotion. And when she died, I couldn't believe it. And when they said, she is the first of us to fall on this barricade. I can't sing, but never mind. It proved that her death meant something. In the film, she jumps in front of a bullet in order to save Marius during a fighting scene. That's cliché. That's not emotional. That's not interesting. That's not creating an interesting atmosphere. That's cliché. Okay? Cliché sucks. In a film where you're supposed to be making the production absolutely, you know, you've got the visual capability to make the film look amazing, and you go and change it. You go and change it into something else. So my point is, Les Miserables the movie should not be called Les Miserables the musical the movie. It should not be referenced back to the musical, even though it has some of the same songs in it. They added another song called Suddenly, which was fine. The song Suddenly was fine, there's nothing wrong with it. But they put it in and took a load of other stuff out. So getting something which is just alright, and then taking a load of perfect stuff out and putting it in, made the rest of the thing a failure. Okay, this film is a failure. There's nothing else to say about that. And my other point is that yes, the cinematography was fantastic. Like I said, Anne Hathaway was brilliant and the cinematography was great. What they needed to do was give the Oscar to Anne Hathaway and give the Oscar to the cinematographer. They needed to get a director who was able to use the cinematography and create the air, because visually it looked great. It didn't sound great at all. It sounded terrible. None of the actors sounded like they could sing. I know it was done live. I don't think whether it was done live in the studio makes a jot of difference at all, to be honest, because I've seen a lot of films where it's done live and a lot of films where it's not done live, and they all seem to be great, you know, whatever. What you needed was people who actually believed in what they were doing, people who actually had, you know, referenced the film before. Anne Hathaway said her mother used to play Fontaine. Seemingly that's how she was able to play it so well. You know, other people who saw, I mean, I'm assuming the cast must have seen Les Miserables, otherwise they wouldn't have even thought about doing this. But they decided, oh no, we want to take something that's really, really good and just kind of bring it down here. We want to bring it down here so that everybody in the whole world, across all the movie-going audiences, mainly America, are going to go, oh, okay, this looks really good actually. I wouldn't go and see it on stage because I don't like theatre, but I will go and see a movie. Oh, this is really good. Go and see the play. If you think the film is good, go and see the play and you will see what you are missing, okay? You will see exactly the fact that they had no idea what they were doing with the play, with the film, and they should have just released the 25th anniversary edition in cinemas. That's what they should have done. They should have got all the cast to be in the film, the cast of the 25th of the anniversary concerts, or any of the concerts. It doesn't matter. Go down to the Queen's Theatre, pick up all the guys who are acting in that performance, and put them in the film. They were the ones who should have been in it. They were the ones who can actually sing, not this bloody Hollywood cast, not Eddie Redmayne, not Russell Crowe, who wasn't all that bad. Russell Crowe wasn't, but he was still pretty bad. The rest of the film was so bad that you didn't care whether or not he was bad or good at singing. It didn't matter. The shots, the direction of the film was, I didn't understand why there wasn't more cuts. In a film where you got music and the music's got to be, if you're making a music video, if you're making a musical film, your cutting has got to be precise. You've got to keep the movement flowing. Tom Hooper spent so much time doing what I'm doing now and just having one solid shot on one actor on one song. Why? Why did he do that? And even when he was sort of cutting and editing a bit here and there, it wasn't enough. I was sat in the theatre going, in the cinema, going, like, I would have cut there, I would have cut there, I would have cut there, I wouldn't have had that actor, I wouldn't have had that actor, I wouldn't have had that old lady dying like that, because Eponine's supposed to die like that. And, you know, why it just boggles the mind as to why the producers thought that this was a good idea, and indeed why everybody else in the world seems to think that this Les Mis film is great. It's not. If you think it's great, like I said, go and see the play, or go and buy the 25th anniversary concert on DVD, or get the 10th anniversary concert somehow. It is available on YouTube, and you will see why the film, if you compare them next to each other, you know, you can see why fans of the musical will not like the film. Repeat, they will not like the film. Thanks for listening. That's all I've got to say. I know I've ranted for a bit, but I had to get it out. I'm such a huge fan of Les Mis that I had to get out my distaste for the film. And my final question is to the producers: Why did you make the changes you made? Why didn't you just take the perfection from the play and put it in the film? And what the hell were you thinking about, you know, turning it into a film anyway? Because obviously Universal were going to take all sorts of rights and liberties with it. Anyway, thanks for listening. I'm going to go now. check out the play.